Come, adventurer, we must follow the main quest and go slay the quivering titwitch Baba Gabooby.
Okay, yeah, sure. How long's this gonna take?
Many hours, my friend. Now come, we ride.
Wait. Hold on a second. There's this dude just standing over there, just holding a weird knife. Like, I kind of want to go see what he's about. You there? Yes, you. What have you got there?
Who, me? This is the sword of mass stabbing. It's the best sword in the game.
Oh, nice. Well, that's great. Can I have it?
Well, of course.
Oh, really?
If you complete my side mission.
Well, I do need to stab people in this game, so go on then.
Well, you need to harvest my apples.
Really? Just harvesting apples for the best sword in the game?
Yes, all 4,000 of them.
Oh, go on then. Whew, right, well, okay, it might have taken me all day and my friend over here might have died of starvation, but we're nearly done. Now, give me that sword, old man.
Yes, you've done it. The first of 14 missions to claim this sword. Now, lick my balls.
These side missions suck. Yes, that's right, you little demons. Jules here for WhatCulture.com, back again with another not list, aka an episode of These Things Suck, a format where I and my little blood pumper Jeremy take a little stroll through the video game industry, point at things that we don't like, and have an aneurysm. Isn't that fun? And today we're talking about side missions. Now, this is the thing. When you pick up a video game nowadays, because of their ever want to move towards the cinematic, you'll be buying into an emotional story that is hours upon hours long. But you know what? It can get a bit boring sometimes, and so side missions are there to basically prop you up, to give you great rewards, to give you new experiences that the main narrative can't. But these... oh boy! Yes, these side missions were the absolute worst, making you do utterly stupid things for hours upon hours at a time, and sometimes not even for a decent reward. So let's dive the f*** in. So we begin straight away with a side mission that doesn't just suck, it never fucking ends. Such is the absolute nightmare that is the settlement defense activity that Fallout 4 never lets you forget. Now, on paper, it actually sounds like a brilliant way to keep the player invested in their multiple encampments, because having them overrun disrupts supply lines, makes the populace lose faith in the Minutemen, and destabilizes any semblance of order that you're trying to bring back to the wasteland. It's just a shame then that absolutely none of this translates to the actual game, because you can go through this entire experience and it completely ignore these encampments being overrun for next to zero penalty. But I, and probably hundreds of other players, thought that there would be something magical at the end of this journey for uniting all of these together and keeping them safe. Boy, were we wrong. You ever notice that words just sound really weird when you say them over and over again? Boy, were we wrong. Yes, it was all just a waste of time, and the small thrill of combat was completely drained from me when I realised that not only would this struggle never end, but that the game was going to make me aware of the state of all of these settlements at every given bloody moment. And that's all thanks to...
one of our settlements is asking for help. Here's the location.
This guy. Preston Garvey. Now, I'm sure that Preston is a nice person when you get to know him over a few pints down the local, but mate, read the goddamn room. Do you think, while I am knee-deep in fighting super mutant brutes, that I need to know about Farmer Giles and his wife/sister, yes, it's weird, and their 3 bloody carrots that are under attack from some mole rats? No, I'm the general of the Minutemen. Calm the down. So yeah, next time, keep those thoughts to yourself, mate. I'll deal with them when I've got the time. Now let's get on with things.
So what's the plan?
Preston, what did I just say? So as we're all aware, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and over again and expecting a different result. However, maybe upon playing Grand Theft Auto 4, we should change that slightly to read doing the same thing over and over and over again for a terrible reward is insanity. Because while murdering 200 of these flying rats does gift you the Annihilator helicopter, the thing steers like it's got lead in its arse, and lining up a firing rod on anything below is hampered by the fact that massive buildings are everywhere, meaning that you'll be eating asphalt with a rotor blade up your backside for dessert 9 times out of 10. And this is a huge letdown, because after spending countless hours hunting down each of these pigeons, you're gonna want to take out your frustration on anything else. And yet, I would have preferred anything other than this as a reward. Hell, guns. Money to buy better guns. I would have taken that over this absolute blimp of a disaster. And you know what's even worse than this is that it's not even the only game that tries to pull this shtick, because Breath of the Wild clearly looked at GTA 4 and was like, nah pal, you've not got enough collectibles and you've not dragged them out enough. Try 900 instead. 900? Aye, 900. Don't know why he's Scottish. When it came to the Korok seeds, this side mission to collect them was absolute torture. And you know what? The reward really was shitty, because it was literally a golden poop. This was like rubbing acid in the wounds. And this is the thing, I would have collected them if there were less of them. I mean, like 900. Come on, 900. That's ridiculous. It's like somebody was like, okay, we put in about 350 of these. That's probably pushing it. And then the guy that no one likes at work, but somehow has the ear of the boss, was just there sitting in the back, and he was just there like, double it and then add some. Bravo, Trent. F*** you, Trent. Now here's the thing, I absolutely adore the Arkham games, from the crusty skid row that was Arkham Asylum to the why the hell would anyone want to live in Gotham, it looks like it's covered in crude oil of Arkham Knight. It was a bliss from start to finish, and dare I say, I'm going to use the tagline, I can feel it coming up. It let you be the bat. However, there was one particular side mission that really salted my crack, and that was the Riddler trophies, which you see this right now? This person, probably dialing in, is probably a fan of the Batman series, much like I am, but is not willing to listen to me explain why I don't like them in this one particular instance. I bet you anything. In fact, I'm going to teach this person a lesson. I'm going to show them what happens when you mess with this and you mess with this. Okay. Hello, dialer dickhead, Jules speaking. Let me just cut you off right there, friend, because I've got something to tell you. I've tried playing nice. I've tried being as pleasant as a bold man who can, even though they are constantly angered by God. Why, God, why did you challenge me so follically? So let me just speak just for a minute, because you have pissed in my pocket one too many times and called it gummy bears, my friend. Listen. Arkham Asylum was fine with the Riddler collectibles. That actually made a lot of sense. But then, when we moved to the open world, they just added in more and more into more stupid locations and wouldn't even challenge even the mildest of greatest detectives. And then, when we moved to Arkham Knight, they added in driving sections as well as upping it again. Do you think that that was an okay move? Do you think that it was okay to lock the secret ending behind collecting all of those trophies? And do you think that it was even worth it when you finally did get all of them and you got a phone call detailing the Riddler's demise? You know, I don't think that it was, my friend. I don't think that that was okay. I think that that was a sheer waste of my bloody time, much like this conversation. So what do you have to say about that? No, this is actually 392. You probably wanted extension 393. Okay, yeah. You too. Bye. Well, you get the point, right? Who doesn't love a good bit of magic? And I'm not talking about that sleight of hand bollocks or card trick nonsense that you see. I'm talking about the real stuff. I'm talking about proper levitation, about the use of the arcane arts, about how my dad managed to do this trick where he disappeared for 12 years and then reappeared with a different family. How does he do it? You know, the real deal. And spells in video games can sometimes be absolutely bonkers. In fact, in Two Worlds 2, you could levitate metal anvils which encircled you like you were a planet made of precisely zero f***s, which you could then use to absolutely batter your foes with. And in Magicka, you could combine spells with your friends to make some screen-clearing attacks. So as you might expect, sometimes things can get a little bit out of hand, and you might accidentally sneeze out a bolt of lightning that would fry an innocent NPC or two. Now, in the Elder Scrolls Oblivion, this sort of tomfoolery isn't appreciated by the Mages Guild, and if you dick about too much, they can and will kick your ass to the curb. But do not fret, my sweet summer child, because you can rejoin the Mages Guild, but much like a lecture on elongated drilling platforms, it is long and boring. In order to get back into their good books, you must collect 40 flowers. Now, I know this doesn't sound too hard, right? Well, here's the problem, my friend, because these aren't just any flowers, there's only 2 varieties that you need to pick. But the game doesn't tell you where to find them or what they look like. Just give me a minute. Just give me a minute. Jeremy, do you want to take this one? You. This means that you'll be traipsing up and down the entire bloody continent, scrounging in bushes like a bloke who's living off-grid, and likely, by the time that you've found them all, will be off your bloody rocker. It is an excruciatingly long side quest. It is utterly boring, and you know what, my friends? It absolutely sucks. But there we go, my friends. That was an episode of These Things Suck. Now I shall return to hibernate in my coffin and try and calm down, because Jeremy was actually pulsing in that last one. I felt it throb here and in my brain. That's probably not a good sign. I don't want to die on camera. Amazing views as it would be, but I would prefer to stay alive. Anyway, rambling aside, hope that you enjoyed that, my friends. Let me know what you thought about it down in the comments section below. No Beaver or Sagan today, I'm afraid. They are sleeping on the bed upstairs, but I'm sure that I'll wake them up for a future endeavour. I would like for you to do me a solid, though. We've talked today a lot about things that make us angry, about side missions that absolutely suck, and I hope that your lives outside of this video, I hope they don't suck, my friend. I wish nothing but the best for you and your family and your friends and all of your loved ones, but make sure that you're treating yourself well. Don't give you into anger as easily as I do in these videos. At the end of the day, it is not a pleasant emotion to hold on to. It's draining, it blurs your judgment, it makes you unhappy, and I hope that you can forgive, move on from things in the past, use those tools to build bridges instead of breaking them, and not let anger dictate your life. I know it can be hard sometimes, and that it's a very easy emotion to jump to, but just give a little bit of time, step back from situations, try and ask yourself whether you are okay. If you need help, make sure that your stress levels are as low as possible, especially in the current climate, and just love yourself as much as I love you. You're massive ledges. As always, I've been Jules. You can go follow me at RetroJ with a 0 over on Twitter if you'd like to, and I'll speak to you soon. Peace.